Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Hellclock, the action roguelike where you have to make a busted build or else. So join me as we beat Acts 1 through 3, that's the full campaign of Hellclock, one of my favorite roguelikes of this year. After a quick tutorial, you descend this tower to enter Act 1. As a fresh install, I only have the skills the game starts me off with. The structure of this roguelike is that you kill enemies to get gold and XP. Every level up is a standard pick 3 like you always know, and these have skill buffs in them, exactly what you're used to for any action roguelike. We'll get into the mechanics of this a little bit later, but we're also picking up gold, and we get to use gold at these altars. This is completely separate from you leveling up and gives you a global buff, which of course we'll go into detail for that later too. Just realize that we want to kill as much of the floor as possible to get all the XP and all the gold. By floor 3, we have a few starter skills and do a survival challenge. This is against a horde of standard zombies and then eventually an elite zombie. This is probably your first damage sponge. And to be fair, this thing hits kind of like a truck and I just couldn't survive it. So this leads to our first death. But just like any other roguelites, we're gonna wake up in our village and we gotta retry the dungeon. But the most important part about this game is we can't simply go back in. We have to buff ourselves up first. I'm gonna buy the starter gear from my brother Zhao.
Agora você está pronto, compadre. Recupere a nossa madeira e
I can also equip the final skill from my hotbar. As you can see, there's a lot of empty spaces here, so you'll be looking at new skills later in the video. This skill is called Repeater, which fires a single stream of bullets, a little different from the first skill, which is Split Shot, and that's more of a shotgun burst. This time, floor 3 is much easier to clear now that we have the damage and an actual health bar. My only issue is I'm really lacking on mana, like MP, whatever magic source you need to cast this stuff. Killing the elite zombie grants us soul shards, which is the primary currency for our meta progression. We'll get to that a little bit later. The run continues with a few more floors of killing, leveling up, buying blessings, all the way up until floor 7, which is the next major breakpoint. As you can see, our timer has been steadily dropping as we play, but it is paused on this first boss, the Merchant. This boss and every other boss going forward is a test on how good you were at making that build. Unlike other roguelikes where you could win with even just a rusty dagger, in Hellclock, we gotta kill this stuff quickly and efficiently. Because I built my character properly, I was able to kill the boss on my first attempt, and were rewarded with the choice of some unique relics. This is one of the most important parts of the game, and a lot of people screw this up. Keep in mind, none of this is going to be used on this run. We'll be seeing these relics once we die, and then go back to town. But right now, we're going to pick up Molten Relic, which converts my repeater into fire damage, and then makes it fire grenades. This might sound simple, but the conversion from physical to fire is going to be a really big deal for almost the entire game, and we'll see that later on. After the boss, we enter floor 8, which shows us the true nature of Hellclock, and that is monster scaling. After every major boss, you're going to enter the new biome for that act. All the monsters get giga health increases, and their damage goes up. The game is going to tell you that you are already not strong, so we'll kill you right now. Which means we get to go back to town. So again, we're back in town, we have a new mechanic, which is the Great Bell. This is our meta progression and is the second most important part of the entire game. It has your standard boring stuff like HP up and MP up, but we have some really big power spikes that are a few points away. I'm not going to be able to get them just yet. The relics we found are in this box that's called the Reliquary. Here I'm gonna equip the only 2 things that I found so far, a common feather and then that repeater relic I talked about earlier. I can even level up the relic, which actually may have been a bad idea because Xiao was selling really good gear. So we might be feeling a little bit of a pinch later on. Regardless, it's time to hop back into the run. Keep in mind, we only did 2 major changes. And even then, they were pretty small. You can already see we cleared the floor 3 zombie super quick. We cleared the merchant super quick. Night and day differences at this point. So you can kind of get a feel of like, with a power spike, this is what the game's supposed to look like. The merchant even drops another relic, which enhances the repeater again. We'll do that once we get back to town. But now we have to go back into that same biome we died in and try to do at least a little bit better.
Eu sabia que a fonte do mal é bem mais profunda.
To be fair, my health still sucks because I never bought that armor from Xiao. At least our damage is a little bit better off. At least until the next checkpoint, and that's floor 10. Here, we're gonna get a swarm of zombies and worms, followed by this elite freaking dog. If you look at this, we do no damage to it, and this thing is absolutely eating me alive. This means that it's time to die, and then fix the build. So at this point, we've already screwed up. I can equip whatever has shown up thus far. I'll go back in the dungeon, barely kill the dog, die, and keep repeating this over and over until I break. In fact, this is where a lot of people get this game completely wrong. I shouldn't be banging my head against this. The game is trying to tell me, fix this build. Do not come back until it's fixed. What we really had to do was take a breather and come back once I got skills with +1 level. This will increase the damage of all my skills, but also comes with a big increase to their mana cost. This is gonna be another problem we have to solve, but to be real, the whole build is a problem, right? So we gotta make a change. We're gonna be bold here, and repeater comes out. I got a relic that gives me back mana every time my reflex daggers, which is a different skill, hits an enemy, so that might solve my mana issue. I was able to find a projectile count relic, which will up my bullets from 3 bullets to 4, but only after upgrading the relic so that it gives over 30% projectile count. We had to do the math on this one. A spearhead. This one allows us to pierce enemies. It's actually the second relic that we've gotten that's spearhead, so my hope is that this one has better stats than the one that we already have. Well, we know that split shot needs elemental damage because it's fire. Reflex wants physical damage. So how about we make reflex to do lightning damage, so now they can both scale on elemental damage. Now all those relics that I rolled earlier that have lightning damage are no longer useless, and we can bring those in. Funny enough, this is literally the only change I'm gonna make, but the difference is gonna blow your mind. As usual, the first main boss we get to is the merchant. Drop the new field and it's gone. Just absolutely smoked. Moving on to the dog. This thing, honestly, it's still not like the fastest clear in the world, especially if it jumps out of my little slow bubble. So I have to drag it back in and kill it there. The next boss, which honestly I died to this a lot of times, and I cut all that footage, but to show this is the matriarch. It's the second major boss of Act 1. This one isn't really all that difficult to fight, but as with every boss, it's a DPS check. We now have a bubble that does like extra damage to ignited enemies, and every time we do split shot, it's a fire attack, so it does ignite automatically. It actually spawns ads, which we're able to skip, so that's how good the DPS is right now, at least for that thing. Moving on, the next boss in the lava area that I was dying to repeatedly is this skeleton mage. This, again, is another awful fight for me because I want things to stay inside of my slow field, and this thing teleports around quite a bit. If you can't tell, we're actually firing 4 bullets from split shot, like I said earlier. And because it's a shotgun, the closer I am to the monster, the more bullets it's hit by. So I'm doing like almost 10,000 damage crits 4 times if I'm lucky, every time I fire at the split shot, which is like really, really good. With that gone, we get the final boss of Act 1. This is the Headhunter. This one, honestly, like if I could make it to this boss, I think I could just win outright. With the slow field, it really can't attack me all that much, and I get to pump out, because it doesn't move, just non-stop DPS the entire time. As I said earlier, this is also a roguelike where you're like going through a run trying to build out the character with the pick 3s. So in this case, I have a decent amount of attack speed. I have duration and slow intensity on the slow bubble that you see. Even when I hit Q, which is the reflex button, that brings out these daggers that you see, I have more daggers than normal. I think the default is 5, and I gotta be sitting on like 8 daggers at a time that give me all my mana back. So if you look at my mana bar, this has like not moved at all. It's so nice. So I'm just dancing around the ads. Of course, there are projectiles that fall from the sky that I do want to avoid if possible. I have another button in here, which is the R button for me. That is a defensive bubble around my own character. It's what they call conviction in this game. My health bar turns blue and gets like a blue bar above it. And that's conviction shielding. From other ARPGs, you might call it energy shield. But I'm not like all in on that. I can just press it whenever I want for a free like extra 1000 HP. So Headhunter's dead. That's the end of Act 1. Up until this point, I've made so many build mistakes just to reach this boss. If we were to think back on maybe ignoring repeater sooner, adding lightning to reflex sooner, I think we could have won this a long time ago. All in all, it took me 10 runs total to beat Act 1. Realistically, we probably could have won in 6 or 7 if I really like hunkered down on good build crafting. So now we're in Act 2, and we're going to make some really drastic changes to the build in this act. My first goal is to explore Act 2 so that all the NPCs are ready to talk about this new area. As always, the 3rd floor is a swarm of monsters. This time it's mutant animals followed by an elite worm. This one's gonna actually take me forever to kill, but I do manage to get it. The Relic rewards are brand new stuff, specifically spawning in Act 2. A lot of these I've never seen before, but there's really nothing for my current build. Just like before, after the boss we get a power spike, so I do end up dying. Xiao has some brand new gear to up my base stats, and he also has a new relic called Call the Guard. And this works with a brand new skill. In fact, there's a bunch of new skills for Act 2. This one happens to be called Summon the Guard. Just like Split Shot, the Guard is a marksman skill, and that's going to be huge if we can think about like working on a marksman build. I buy the last reliquary upgrade and then start to cook. We get 2 more projectile count relics. We also have marksman skills do bonus damage at close range. We're gonna bring in Summon the Guard because of that, and take my dash out, so now I'm just running. We have another relic called Powder Keg. This makes it so that physical marksman skills, which is the guards, will detonate enemies that are on fire, and of course fire's coming from Split Shot. Now let's go test this on some unsuspecting mutant zombies. Elite Worm, smoked. Monster Power Spike at level 4, ignored. I'm already stronger. The first boss of Act 2, Tamarindo, normally tough because he does summon a bunch of copies of himself, but I too am a master of the Kagebushin, so I kill him super easily.
fosse burro, de que serviria eu à República sendo mais fuleiro naval?
Os ratos são...
Hora de picar a mula!
Upon looking at his relics, my one brain cell starts to kick in a little bit, and I see Call the Guard now use this split shot. Of course, we won't see that until the next run, and with 5 minutes left on the clock, I'm honestly kind of chilling right now. I'm gonna make it all the way to floor 10, but the game actually locks me out of the next area. We're gonna have to go back to town manually and then ask Xiao for help, but we also get to make the biggest change to our build since, honestly, the beginning of this video. First off, let me buy some stats, level up the bell towards skill levels, and then we're gonna hard swerve into a brand new build. This is going so well, I actually get the confidence to start live streaming my runs on twitch.tv/Veedotme from here on out. Ignore the death counts you see on the screen, that was from me doing some Dead Cells runs. But I love doing roguelikes, and now I get the chance to kind of like flex out playing a roguelike with some ARPG things at the same time. We're hopping into Hellclock now. Probably one of the best roguelites I've played this year. The devs were saying that you can beat acts 1 through 3 of this game in like 4 to 6 runs. I'm on run 12 and I'm in act 2. All right, so first off, shadow clones can kill basically by themselves. I also can kill. My basic attack is called Split Shot. It has added projectiles. We have 1 additional projectile to make it 4 shots instead of 3 shots, which is essentially, it's so much added damage, it's not even funny. Then my shadow clones, which previously used to do a different kind of shot, they now also do split shot. So they copy my really good split shot. They don't do as much damage as I do with it, because they're just shadow clones. But it's extremely good synergy. Finally, we have our Q, which is a circle of knives around me that ricochet. They do lightning damage, so we're doing both lightning and fire, which is elemental. But I just got the ability for the clones to copy my split shot. I just got that last night. So this is like super fun to me. Yeah, the game is really about making choices. And the choices by the end of the run, they did matter. Knife bounce amount, so the ricochet on Q. I don't care about rage. This is attack speed. Maybe that's legit. The game is called Hellclock. I don't know if y'all can see, but I am on a timer. So this roguelike not only is a test of like how good you are at like dodging attacks and like not taking damage, but it's also a measure on how quickly you can clear. The better you are at doing damage, the easier it is for you to actually like beat the clock. I'm not trying to speedrun. I'm not trying to skip content unless I know for a fact I will lose. Unless he dies too quickly, then we'll have to give you another one. Not bad. What the heck? What the helly? Looking Glass gives you regen. Convert Holy Rosary's damage to physical. Holy Rosary is cast from your summons, but we like need to make it physical first. No, isn't Holy Rosary lightning? So that would be like the summons do both split shot and Holy Rosary. And like maybe there's an argument where I don't have to split shot myself anymore, but I feel like that's probably not the case. I'm quite sure I still have to play the game. Don't really care for the move speed, but we may have to. So the other thing that I didn't know about this game is that those perks I'm picking up are almost part of a skill tree of their own. So that 10% move speed will keep showing up until I take it. And then it changes to something else. So it may change to like projectile damage or on hit damage or something like that. Ooh. Nothing personal, kid. There's an elite. Nice. I think I killed it in time. I like my build. Seeing all the clones teleport in and then like weave damage on the monster is like kind of fun. All right, we got 5 minutes. We need to be stronger. We have hit not necessarily a roadblock. These are certainly stronger than the biome before it. Oh my god, the clones can't kill it by themselves. That's so sad. Floor 12. Lagging. Though to be fair, I aggroed a lot of stuff. Alright, go, 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 move! Crap, wrong way! Oh my god, I'm actually stuck. Go! Oh no, not like this. Go! Okay, we made it. Search for survivors. No! A buddy! That guy skipped content? Who can blame him? He's on a freaking timer. As long as I don't get shotgunned, I think we can win. I got shotgunned. Crap, it keeps running out of my bubble. It's winnable, it's just, I think when it jumps up and does this, I can't really hurt it. Huh. I wonder if that was an issue on my side. Or is it like because I toned down the graphics, maybe the like fog was too much? I don't really know. I got some time. Oh, it's still paused. What are my clones doing? Oh, they're waiting for my cutscene. Ooh, he can still feel all this? That would suck. You're stuck in a roguelike, but you can still feel when you're hurt? What's the point? You respawn when you die, but you can feel every death. Wouldn't that suck? I'm dead. I mean, hey, if that was a scripted death and the only thing we had to worry about was the 10 seconds left on the clock, then that was legit. We haven't actually beaten Act 2 yet, and surprisingly, we're getting through it by getting actual, like, dead ends that the game is now sending us back to base to get a new mechanic. In this case, the new mechanic is the Constellation map. This is a set of traits that you can unlock, each one with constellation points. Each family of constellations, whether it be Fury or Discipline or Faith, have something to do with a specific part of gameplay. So Fury, for example, has a lot of life, has a lot of fire, and Faith has a lot of mana and a lot of spell usage. Each constellation requires you to have enough points of either Fury, Discipline, or Faith before you can work on that constellation at all. So we got Ogum. Depleting your mana spends all of your Vig stats, grants you a buff that grants attack speed, reduces all mana cost to 0. Buff lasts 2 seconds for each Vig that you spend. Oh, do I have to start down here? Oh. We gotta investigate Holy Rosary spawns from your summons. If Holy Rosary is elemental, it's lightning damage, so it is elemental. It's a spell. Gives you crit damage. It's interesting. 5 points. I think we definitely want skill level, which is basically damage. And then we could try banish. Summon the guard activation buff has been replaced by double the amount of guards for 6 seconds. And you combine that with the Holy Rosary tech. Holy Rosary is cast from my summons. Is that good? It certainly looks fun, I can say that. But I don't rightfully know how good that actually is. Considering that, like, the monsters have to be on the summons. Oh, wow, we're level 6 here. Bring this down, maybe? Because we just need to get our mana back. Guess we want to bring this up because of the Pierce reduction. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about this. My hope is that I don't have to press any buttons. Stuff like this is good. Ah. Yo, look at this. I'm chilling. It's like we're back in Vampire Survivors. Spells gain damage based on active summon. So like if I actually went with the duplicate your clones and then do Rosary from them, that would be a lot of damage, I think. Okay, if you spacebar, that will teleport your summons, and then you can do the Holy Rosary like on everybody. That's like kind of poggy. It's not bad. It's not bad. Holy Rosary orbits the player at constant distance. Oh my god. That might be it. If it summons from my pets, my shadow clones, and follows them, that's so sick. See, stuff like that, little micro decisions, is super fun to me. You're a lot faster this time, and I'm barely clicking. But, like, this is the area that matters. We may have to start clicking here. Not that I really know what I did to increase my overall DPS. I know we got the Constellation. So, like, the Rosary, that's a DPS increase when I do Rosary. But when I don't do Rosary, like, what did I actually do to move the needle? I added a projectile. I know that. Maybe the added projectile was enough? Sheesh. It's a seek. It's a seek limpo. It's a limpo. This is a bad matchup for these guys. They can't do jack squat because the boss just keeps going in the air. I think the only way to lose this run is if I lag out. Jeez. Oh god. Help. Am I winning? Are you winning, son? Oh god, wrong position of them. Try that again. Wow. That thing was a little tanky. But I think it had a protective aura. Alright, I literally am gonna die here, I think. I don't think I can press a button. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if me using Holy Rosary actually is the reason why I'm gonna die. Because my character couldn't take a step. Is he spinning? I was about to say, devs, please move the text. We can definitely win. I just don't have a lot of defenses. I only have closed body. I think I have life on kill. The Degens on the field. For all my Path of Exile players, why do they call it Degen? I don't think I would want someone coming into my chat saying something's Degen. My FPS! Help! Why'd you all go up there? I'm reformed. I was about to go to the dark side. I'm reformed. Now I die in peace.
Quem morrer pelo fogo será salvo. Mas quem morrer pelo ferro frio.
That was only Act 2 though. We still have a whole Act 3.
Ao sofrimento.
So we have cleared Act 2 in record time. Honestly, it didn't take us long at all because we made very, very specific changes that skyrocketed our DPS. Act 3 is actually a really cool biome. I had no idea that we'd go to essentially the future with subways and stuff. So that was really cool to see. Act 3 is going to be a very, very interesting phase for us because these Holy Rosaries are going to lag us out. And as much as I love this build, there may be a case where it just, like, visually it looks awful. Did it dump you into Act 3? No, I belong here. It didn't dump me here. Now, if you're saying, like, why have I not upgraded prior to getting dumped to Act 3? They're teasing Act 3. They're assuming I can't win. They're like, we're gonna kill this guy with a DPS check. They don't know we're running Holy Rosary from summons. This is the build the devs didn't want you to know about. Whoa. There's curses in the roguelike game? Reward. Fight for survival. Crap! Ain't no way they put curses in a roguelike. Devs, I can't see what's going on. I mean, I like it. I would love if I could also see what's going on. You will have 10 FPS if you change to double summons. Can I see my DPS before the end of the run? Like, I would love to know if I should buff lightning or if I should buff fire.
Seja muito bem-vindo ao meu sistema viário. Doutor Raimundo Nina Rodrigues. Eu estava ansioso por sua chegada.
Wait. Raimundo. I almost feel like he didn't pronounce the R in Raimundo. Brother, I can't see. Whoa, heap of suffering? Twitter. Reddit before Reddit became like a very normal place with regular people. Imagine if I had damage numbers turned on. We don't have to imagine. There's a world where you can just do it. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I do believe that gets turned off. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. haven't even gone to town yet. How I'm able to DPS this stuff down, I have no idea, but I assume we're gonna run out of time. This is mandatory. Typically, the way this game works is that you die in the next area due to you gotta level up your DPS. But it appears that I do damage still. Enough to, like, get through here, get some currency, and not just immediately peace out. That's a high roll. So you could be using 50% more damage on Rosary, or you could have 2 Rosaries. Oh my god, it's so good. Oh, whoa, my FPS. My FPS is cooked. Holy. The clock. How am I gonna beat the clock if I can't even beat my own FPS? No. This is ridiculous. I'm not even running out of mana. I'm spamming E, but... Oh, I think it's because of my, I think I get infinite mana for doing something. Oh, we don't have to click it. Oh, snap, I got time! That's so sick! I almost killed this man. Help! Lag so bad the game can't kill me. Stats! Stats! Yes, stats, indeed. Wow, Split Shot still is doing the most damage. Holy Rosary is catching up, though. Holy Rosary orbits the player. But if they come from my summons, who do they orbit? They orbit the summons. Summon the guard, double the amount of guards for 6 seconds. The scaling is on the duration. Oh my god. And we're still not scaling lightning? This is still fire? Summon damage, but I don't think the rosaries. This is actually really good. Because we know that Split Shot is apparently the highest damage right now. So technically speaking, this only makes that better. Ticket? Passage takes your summons with you? No shot. We're unlocking Passage. Where the idea is that maybe I can teleport my summons. Alright. Let's check it out. See what we're working with. You all ready to lag? They do Split Shot. And it appears to be quite good. Holy. Oh my god. You ain't never seen a build like this in Hellclock. This is going on Mobilytics. Guards? Guards use Split Shot. Holy Rosary comes from summons. Holy Rosary orbits the summons. Summons teleport when you dash. And double the amount of summons. Oh god. Help! Oh my, I thought I crashed just now.
Não te cansas de lutar por uma guerra que já não há. Embarque no trem das 7, Pajeú. Ainda há tempo de se juntar à minha pesquisa científica.
That's what he wants to do? Oh my god, my game! My game! Help! He's dead.
O melhor que fazes é desistir.
I pressed the E button and doubled my damage. I forgot I could do that. Oh my god. The reverb. It's like I almost have to mute it. Oh, okay, this is right. I was gonna say, am I supposed to go forward? You don't want to hear the sounds. Trust me. It's only gonna be worse if you hear it. It's the actual train engine. I was about to say the health bar's not moving, and then it started moving. The audio! It's cooked! Yeah, I actually have no idea what happened. It's a little clunky here. The only clunk is my GPU right now. So now I have 10,000 HP. There's no way the boss one-shots me this time. I will try to pay attention to the circles on the floor. What are the odds this is doing damage? 0, right? Yeah, it's ignited, but I don't think it did damage. Okay, I see poison circles. Okay, that must have been what killed me. I'm spamming Q. Begging my Q to come out. What a cool area. I love stuff like this. Uh-oh. We gotta up our damage. 7 FPS. Uh-oh. Can this thing kill me? It's getting jacked up. I see that. The audio is effed. Holy crap. Oh, we're freaking toast. Ain't no way. Like, I could run. I wonder if the time is paused for this. Nope. There's no sense running. 5 FPS. That's my PB. Technically, I'm like farming. Oh god, I'm like dying to something. Was I in a degen? I was gonna say, technically, if I can clear this before the game kills me, that's like big prog U. Wow. 3 billion. We finally hit billion. Split shot is like not even a number anymore. That's not bad, gameplay wise. My only issue is that I'm lagging. It's kind of hard to watch with the lag. Yeah, we might try to see if I can do something different here. Okay. So we want to go gun. If we completely opt out of Rosary, Divine Prayer Vengeance adds a projectile count. 47% summon damage. Probably don't need this. We're gonna bring Split Shot back in. Prayer of Vengeance. Oh, the only issue with this is I have to self-cast these things, which sucks. So I kind of have to keep track of how many phantoms I have. Maximum 2. Alright, damage check. It's not bad. And I'm not even clicking. Now, the only issue, we have this thing in the kit. Marksman skills that deal physical damage to an ignited enemy does a fire explosion. The Phantom Marksman is a marksman physical. And then Summon the Guard is my fire damage. So my hope is that it's actually like doing the explosions. So long as the rifles are actually on the field. All right, damage check. Not bad. Is that better than Rosary? It's definitely easier than Rosary, right? Because the Rosaries don't always line up. All of the damage has to be where all the Rosaries overlap. So this is another test of the build right here. Just gotta make sure I keep summoning before all the rifles go away. This is not bad. Especially because, like, I'm not pressing to shoot that much. Oh, now I am. That's not bad. We can cook it more. I just gotta watch my lifesteal, because I don't think I actually heal off the summons. Okay. Let me help you all out real quick, because this is definitely a seizure warning. I'm 30 FPS while the game's paused.
Você desafia evidências científicas além de sua compreensão. Mas...
Chat, we found the lag. Again, it's still better than Rosary as far as, like, seeing the game. Oh, crap, we have to do this. Alright, forget everything. This is the most important thing in the game. I do believe they can kill me. Chat, why can I die? That seems highly unusual. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. 2 minutes left, 4 floors to go through, I think. We might have to skip some content, unless I get a good shrine. Oh, this is floor 19? I don't know if we're gonna make it. I am spamming spacebar. Go, go, go! We gotta see the end! Crap! Alright. PB! World premiere. Assuming this thing can't kill me, I might just be able to win War of Attrition. Oh, wow.
Que este demônio fez?
Eu apenas honro meu dever com a verdade. Seu conselheiro é uma aberração, fanático religioso.
I see particles on the ground. This may be a kill it before it reaches the end, or you auto die. It has swipes twice. Alright, chat, our damage, it's okay. Like, if nothing crazy happens, I think I can win. I do think this is a timed fight, just the way how the environment is. Okay, I can kind of lifesteal through that. All right, we've done half the boss's HP. I have no idea how much area I have left before the game probably just kills me. Oh, wow, this is getting kind of tight. Not looking good, people. That Defiance procced. I can't spacebar for some reason. Okay. Okay. So, like, yes, that seemed pretty bad. Though your damage was amazing, yeah, but the game's telling us that, it's gotta be better than that. We got a little ways to go. 1 level. Uh-oh. So we're reaching the point where the game is probably gonna say you need to make some, like, big adjustments. Fire damage. Cooldown speed. So we can go back to fire damage. Summon damage is like Giga. That's a big part of our build. Oh, we don't need this. This is spell damage. We're not using spells. Marksman skills deal more damage to close range enemies. So we were able to up our damage. So the question is it enough? We kill. That looks good. I do believe this is better. All right. So, this is our second time fighting this boss. The last time we got it down to half HP, and then died. Because I think we ran out of time. I think it enraged. So now we have triple rifles, lots of crit damage with 100% crit rate. I do think we have improvements. Oh my god, wait, that is so much better? What in the world? It's like I'm not even playing my character compared to last time. What in the world? What the helly? It's moving a lot more than last time, though. Is that normal? I just have to make sure I don't die.
Não sabes o que estás fazendo, Mulando. A morte de homem como eu, homem importante, cientista, pesquisador.
Oh, it moves based on the phase?
Aguente firme, bom conselheiro. Sua alma logo estará liberta.
Oh, wow.
Conselheiro, me perdoa.
Conselheiro.
Amigo.
There's no other way, chat. There's like full metal alchemist. We had to put him down.
Podes até me matar.
Take him out of his misery.
Minhas ideias seguirão vivas. Já tua morte será tão sem valor quanto tuas ideias, doutor.
Oh, yeah. Chat, it feels good. Complete. Check the stats. Split shot, 9 billion damage, 9.5. That's 500 million damage. You can't discount that. Phantom Marksman did 400,000. No, 400 million. That's... Is that even 10% of split shot? Lock it in, though. That's Act 3 done. Finally in the end game.
Meu
It took us probably a lot of runs to get here. Probably more than the devs intended. But what didn't happen, except for like that one instance where I was like, I'm not exactly sure if I'm gonna be stronger when I go back. The ultimate issue in games like this is if you do the same dungeon with no upgrade. You die again, you got nothing out of it. Yo, okay, not bad, not bad. But that was just acts 1 through 3. We still have to do end game now. And of course see like what happens when you win, right? This is just like the story. If you think we probably did... Would this be 0 BC? No, we probably did 1 through 4 BC, and now we are entering 5 BC.